Hi everyone, welcome to MHS4052 Human Relations Skills in Counseling in the spring semester of 2012 and the online section. I am Brenna Hicks and I'm very excited to be teaching this course again. I had the opportunity to teach it online last semester as well for the first time. I had taught it previously in a classroom setting, but I'm very excited about what we will be able to do as a class, and we'll learn from each other and we'll get to know each other better and all those things. So I wanted to briefly go over the syllabus with you just to kind of clear up any issues that you may have or any questions you may have. And of course, you're always more than welcome to contact me if I don't cover everything. But I wanted to briefly go over some of the key points, the highlights of the syllabus. I don't want to waste your time and read it to you because you're perfectly capable of doing that. But I will just hit the things that I think are worth noting or worth discussing. And we will certainly get to know each other better as the semester goes on. But just to give you a very brief bio on me so that you can get to know me a little bit better. Like I said, my name is Brenna Hicks, and I am a doctoral student in the counseling program, and it is my second year. I am also a USF graduate in the master's program as well. And I run a private practice called The Kid Counselor. I am a child therapist and adolescent therapist. I specialize in play therapy, and you will certainly hear all kinds of stories and anecdotes from that part of my life as the semester goes on. But I actually am a stay-at-home mom right now. I'm not currently seeing clients, but when I was seeing clients, I specialized in children 2 to 15. And I also did parent training, teaching parents to relate better to their children. And so you will hear, like I said, lots of things regarding that. But my son is almost 2.5, and I stay home with him. That is a huge blessing to me. And so you'll also hear stories about my family, my son and my husband. So okay, let's not waste any more of your time. I know it is precious. So let me go ahead and just quickly run through the syllabus. And as I go, I'll probably hit on some other things that come to mind. And, so I may jump around a little bit, but I just want to kind of give you an overview of the syllabus. So at the very top, it has my contact information. I just wanted to let you know, because this is a remote course and it is online, I will be daily checking email and the message boards in the discussion forum in Blackboard. But that will be during my son's nap, which is typically between 3 and 4, give or take. So if you email me in the morning, just please anticipate that you will not hear back from me until the afternoon, but I will check it every single day. So you will hear back from me, whether you've emailed me or whether you've called or whether you've posted on Blackboard. You will hear back from me sometime that day. And if you don't, that means I did not get it. So please make sure that you try again for whatever reason if I don't respond back. So the required text for this course, there's only one. It's Gamble and Gamble, and it's called Contacts, Interpersonal Communication in Theory, Practice, and Context. It's about 6 years old, but truly I've looked at lots and lots of texts, and this is one of the best. There's a lot of illustrations, a lot of examples, a lot of pictures. It's colorful, it's not boring, and I've also had a lot of positive feedback from students. So I think that you will get a lot out of it, and I hope that it is very helpful to you on this communication journey. So I'm going to go ahead and skip right over course objectives and course policies because you can read those on your own if you choose to do so. So let me briefly talk about the criteria for your grade. And I'm not going to cover every single one, but I want to just touch on a few. Because this is a communication course, it was kind of a modification for me last semester because I was so used to the face-to-face interaction, and that was a core component of this course for me. So I've been able to modify a lot of the activities, and obviously I've had to lose some, but I think that the way that it is set up and what we will do this semester, I think you will get a lot out of it. You'll be posting weekly, and so your participation will come from your attendance, which basically means your posts and your activities, and your interaction in the discussion forum, and just being engaged in the class. So your participation points, obviously you can't participate face-to-face, but you will be participating remotely. The reflection journal, you will need to post your reflections following each lecture that you watch. So, and when I did this in class, we met twice a week. So there were 2 reflection journals a week. Because I've condensed the lecture into one lecture, you will watch the entire lecture and then just do one reflection. And basically what I'm asking for there, you will just give me your thoughts about an issue or question that came up from either the reading or from the lecture, which could be, what conclusions did you draw from this week's class? What questions remain in your mind? What did you learn from the assigned readings? Really, it can be anything that sparks your interest, that you want to discuss a little more, that you can connect with on a personal level if you want to share some personal things. So basically, every week after the lecture, you will include your reflective element, and then during the lecture I will ask you to complete activities, and that will also go in with your reflection posts. And each week there will be a new link in the discussion forum on Blackboard, and so you'll see week 1 reflection, and you just click on that and add your post. So that will be very easy if you just stay on top of it once a week after the lecture. The lecture is posted Sunday night, so you will have from Sunday evening till the following Sunday evening to get that post in after you watch the lecture. I don't have it required for a specific day, so basically just any time that week you can watch the lecture and post into the discussion forum. Okay, one of the major assignments of the course, the communication essay or meeting review. I have no preference of which one. Again, in the classroom setting where we met twice a week, I required both of these assignments, but because it's online, I'm going to allow you to choose one or the other. And we will discuss these in detail further into the semester, and further down in the syllabus, you will see explanations of each of these. So I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on them right this minute, but you will choose one or the other. And like I said, I have no preference. Whichever you feel you're more capable of doing, it's more feasible for you to do, you feel more comfortable, you just choose based on your preference. Okay, as far as midterms and finals go, no midterm in the course, but there will be a final covering material throughout the entire semester, and we will talk about that as we go. You'll also receive a study guide toward the end of the semester to help you prepare for that. Okay, the personal growth presentation. This is going to require a lot of effort, but it's at the end of the semester, and the idea is that everything that you have learned and this entire journey for this semester will all culminate in this presentation. So this is basically a final project indicating where you started and where you've journeyed, and your insight and your knowledge and your awareness as a result of this course. And so most often this was done almost like a scrapbook type of project when students actually handed in a physical portfolio, but you all have the ability to do this virtually. So it can be a Keynote if you're a Mac user, it can be PowerPoint if you are everyone else, and it can be, a video, it can be whatever you want to do, but it needs to be creative, so I want personal things in it, and we'll talk about that a little further into the semester and in the syllabus as well. But make it your own. Make it engaging, make it exciting. I have to look at 35 of these, so please make it enjoyable for me. But the more enjoyable you make it for me, that means the more involved you were personally in the creation of it. So it's not just a selfish motivation there. Okay, and finally there will be quizzes. They will be pop quizzes. They will not be announced ahead of time, so you will get an email that says you have a reading quiz for this week and it needs to be completed by this date at this time, and they will total 100 points at the end of the semester, and they will only be on the material in the reading, not the lecture. So reading the chapters are important, and theoretically, you should have done the reading prior to watching the lecture, because a lot of times what I talk about in the lecture ties into what was in the book. So if you hadn't read the chapters, you may struggle with connecting some of the concepts. Okay, you can look at the grading criteria and the total point system, and it's a 1,000-point course, so you have 100 points to lose for each grade range. Okay. fall schedule, I'm sorry, that says fall. I will change that. It's supposed to say spring. I changed the dates, but I didn't change the heading. So you can look at the schedule and it should be very easy for you to see how it works. Basically a chapter a week. And on February 27th, there will be no class. So you have that week off from watching the lecture and doing your reflection posts, which then means the following week your meeting review or communication essay is due. So basically you have that week to prepare to hand in that assignment. And then spring break is in there obviously, and then toward the end of the semester you will have your presentation due and the final. Okay, so I'll let you read the ins and outs of all of these assignments, but I want to make it very clear, based on feedback I received from the first few times that I taught this course, I was told that it's helpful when students have very clear expectations and very obvious guidelines for what professors are looking for. So I have done my best to be very clear in each of these explanations of what I'm asking for the assignment. So, for example, this personal growth presentation. When you're looking at the planning guide, it tells you to follow the outline, and then it gives you a couple of little key tips. Organizational and writing style, introduction, skills, and summary. Remember to be creative. And then I have a little FYI there, about what I'm looking for. So then the next page actually gives you the outline. So you have 3 main points of this presentation: the introduction and philosophy, the skills, and the summary. And so honestly, there's a perception that this course has a lot of work. And the reality is that it's not a lot of work if you stay up on what you need to be doing each week, and if you look at what I've given you and you don't deviate from the plan. The students that struggle the most and the students that have the most difficult time doing well in this course are the ones that either don't look at the outline, don't look at the guides that I've given, or they interpret them to mean something different than what it says. I literally have given you step-by-step outline 1, A through E, 2, A through D, etc. So literally what I'm looking for is when you compile this presentation, you will include what your presentation will represent is A. B, you will describe yourself. What are your values? What are your life experiences? What are your significant relationships? Literally, you will go through step by step, and if you include that information in the presentation, you have met the requirements and you will do very well. So please just keep in mind, you don't need to try to be interpretive or creative or analytical of what I'm asking for. I've given it to you. So just give me what I'm asking for and we will both be very happy. Okay, communication essay, again, same thing. There is an outline, very detailed, very understandable. 1 through 5, those are the components that I'm asking for. Meeting review and summary, you can read and again choose which one of those you'd like to do. This again, components of the written report. This is what I'm asking for. So if you follow the syllabus, you will have no issues. And if you do choose to do the meeting review, please keep in mind that you do need to fill out this permission form, and the leader of the group that you attend needs to indicate that you had permission to be there. So that final page is only if you're doing the meeting review. And if you do the communication essay, then you do not need to be worried about that. So that is a very quick overview of the syllabus. If you read over it and you still have questions, or you still feel that things are a little bit unclear, or you just want some clarification, please email me, which my email address is at the top of the syllabus, or there is a link in the discussion forum on Blackboard that says general concerns or questions or something of that nature. And so that is where you will post each week, but the very first link is your opportunity to post any questions that you have, and I check that every day, like I said. So if you'd prefer to do that rather than email me, you're more than welcome to do that, and I will reply back to your post in Blackboard. So I wish you the very best. I look forward to getting to know all of you and meeting all of you via email or via computers and posts and those types of things. I know we won't meet face to face, but I'm very excited about this semester, and I hope that you are too. And I will see you very soon in Lecture 1. Thanks so much.